I remember thinking at some point that I must get out from here because people get killed with cattle like this. I do think I was lucky. Out of being unlucky, I think I did have a lucky escape. My name's Corrine Mathias, here at Bryn Farm, Howie, Neil and Drindod Wells in Mid Wales. Bryn Farm's a 300-acre upland beef and sheep farm, about 550 ewes and about 45 head of cattle. I was in the Young Farmers Club movement. In Radio Young Farmers. Through that I met Robert and we got married 28 years ago. So then I came here to live and have been here ever since. So we farm here together, although I still work as a nurse, and have two children, Rebecca who's 26 and Geraint who's 24. We all work together on times. There's obviously jobs that need more than one person. Certain times of the year we all muck in and help all together here, or if we're needed for some emergency, it's all hands on deck. Saturday the 1st of April 2017 started as a normal Saturday. Robert and Geraint decided there was a local football match, they'd go and watch it, seeing as the work was up to date. So I decided I'd take the dogs out for a walk in the afternoon. So we set off and just went up by the shed, and I could see that there was a cow just sort of about to calve. So the cow calved, and I just waited a second and looked, the calf wasn't moving. So without thinking, I just went in. He started then just moving and took a breath, and so I thought, oh, he's okay now. And another cow that was in the shed, who had got a calf about a week old, she decided to hit me quite hard in the face with her head and keep hitting. She sort of sent me flying, and as I kept trying to get up, she just kept hitting me back down again. She sent me backwards across the shed till I was against the wall. So when she was hitting my head, the back of my head was hitting the concrete block wall behind me. Possibility was I was knocked out for a few seconds maybe. So she obviously trod on me somewhere because my leg was injured. Then something took her attention and she turned round, and I just saw my chance to get out from there and got out through the feed barrier at the front of the shed. I just sort of sat there thinking what was hurting most, because I could feel my face was stinging and my leg was stinging, my nose was bleeding. Robert and Geraint hadn't arrived home just then, so I had still got my phone in my pocket. So I phoned them and said, how far away were they? You'd better come, because I said the cows had me. So we went to the local hospital, to the minor injuries department in Landrindod Hospital first. The nurse that met us there eventually said to me after a while, you work here, don't you? Because she didn't recognise me to start with because my face was quite swollen. And from there, she just said, you're going to have to go to Hereford. They x-rayed my face and my leg. The face showed that I'd fractured my eye socket. Over the next few days, a lot of bruising came out. I was basically bruised from head to foot. My whole body was bruised. I literally just had to lie flat on my back, and that was it. You couldn't move, so I didn't do anything in the lamb in that year at all. I didn't even come around to the shed because I couldn't walk that far. Yeah, I was off work 6 weeks and then only went back on like a phased return. You always think it's not going to happen to you, but it will, and it'll happen when you're least expecting things to happen. I think sometimes farmers do think that they're almost like immune to getting hurt. They don't realise that it can be a dangerous place. My son Geraint, hopefully, after seeing what happened to me, will think twice. We have visitors visiting the farm to stay in the holiday cottage that we've got. So we just sort of try and point out places where they can walk safely. If I hadn't have rushed in that day without thinking, if I'd have just stopped and gave it a couple of minutes, I could have probably saved myself from that. When cows are calving, not to have more than a couple in a pen at a time or have them individually penned. So it does pay to stop and think and just assess the situation a little bit longer. Take time, I think, really, and think ahead.